friends, this is Sophie. Welcome to Stuthi's Cuisine. It's a pleasure during the festive season, during Christmas, to make the delicious and flavored recipes. Let's make recipe which is much like favorite to most of us. The recipe which is called Sorpotel, which is traditionally come down from the Portuguese, and the flavor has spread through the Konkan coast. It's very famous among the Goans, the Mangalorians, and the East Indians. So, although the taste is more or less the same, they have a little difference in either the cutting of the pork or the flavor in which they put the amount of vinegar and the spices. But it's almost the same. And it's one of the favorite dishes during Christmas. So let's start making it. The traditional sorpotel comes with pork and fat together with the organs. So it can be kidneys with blood, with liver, and some make it with even the tongue. But I have not put any of the organs in it, but I have made it with liver and kidneys. It is good. So today I'm making it out of purely pork and pork fat, which comes along with the pork. I've gone to a very special area and got it along with the fat because everywhere it's not available. So let's make it. It's quite tedious, but not all that tedious. It's quite easy too. So these are the ingredients. I thank all my subscribers who have been viewing my channel. Thank you so very much. And please continue doing it and spread the news to the others who can also see my recipes. And I would love to hear your comments too. Those who have not subscribed to my channel, please do it. And please ring the bell button so that every new recipes I upload, you will get it automatically. If you have liked my recipes, do not forget to give a thumbs up. Thank you. So this is 2 kg of pork with fat and cook it for nearly 80%. So this is boiled with salt and turmeric. Right? So it's this way. It's in this size. Cooked, cube. Now I'm going to grind all the ingredients and I'll show you what I'm grinding. So this is the chilies which I've soaked in water. So I'm going to put it all in the grinder. So I'm not going to throw the water because you might need it. So if you need the water, you can make use of this water. You can also soak it in vinegar, but I have not soaked it in vinegar, okay? Here I'm going to take half a cup of chopped onions too. I'm going to put it inside. Turmeric, cumin seeds, cardamom, peppercorns, cinnamon. These are the 5 onions which I have chopped and kept it separately, so accordingly I can use it. I'm just going to crush it a little bit so that it becomes easier to grind. Cinnamon, star anise, nutmeg, 2 small pieces, and cloves. So here you go. Chilies later on, the garlic and the ginger. Here it is. You can grind it with very little water or you can use vinegar. So I've taken around half a cup of vinegar. So this is apple cider vinegar. You can use Goan vinegar, you can use white vinegar as you prefer. Okay, so I'm just going to put 3 tablespoons of vinegar. And we have put the onions so that there's enough water from the onions to get ground. So I'm going to make it into a nice fine paste and I'll get back. So this is the ground spices or masala. So you see here, it is such a nice flavor and aroma. It's so good. So now I'm going to start saute the onions and then I'm going to put the ground masala and the spices which I have ground and kept and saute it till it's nice and the oil releases out from the masala. Okay, so let's see how we do it. So this is the original oil which I have fried the pork. I can put the bay leaves since it wasn't put earlier. And we can throw it out later, okay? I'm going to put the onions. So that was 5 onions, this is 6 and 7. Okay, so in total I've put around 7 onions. I always chop and keep onions and my daughter-in-law was very kind enough to chop and keep it. So let's saute this until it's nice and soft, okay? So my daughter-in-law Rahi has chopped these onions because I have a slight problem with my right hand. So it makes it easier for me to show you the recipe when it's chopped and kept. So she helps me out. Thank you, Rahi. I remember most of my Goan friends used to make sorpotel. Their moms used to make when we were in school. And also, Mangalorean sorpotel is very good because where we lived in Bombay, there was an aunt, fellow aunt, who was so good at it. My God. And it's really, you really keep licking your finger. It was so good. With sanna, she used to give it. So I'm going to prepare even the sanna, although I have shown it, or I will give you the link which has been shown to you. The recipe is uploaded. Okay, so here my onions are getting sauteed and it's getting nice and soft. Here it is. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of salt. Remember, we have already put salt in the meat which when we were cooking with turmeric. Okay, so we can finally use salt sparingly so that at the end we can always add in the salt. I've used red onions, but you can use even the white onions or whatever is available in your local stores. Little more to go. So a few of my friends also know that I am making sorpotel, so they told me that they want few of them, which I will be also making it for them. So it's really very tasty. But in this particular sorpotel, I'm not putting any organs. You can put organs. Previously I've put kidneys and liver. I have also made it with pork and liver alone. But if you don't like the organs, then you don't have to put it. It's equally good. But the traditional one is with the organs and the blood and all of it together. Even if I don't make it for myself, I need to make it for few of my colleagues who have asked me that they want it. And I'm off for Christmas, so I thought I can have the time to make it. So it's not that very tedious, but if you have people to help you around, you can do the chopping and all that, and it's quite easy. And it's very tasty. The best part of it is that you can keep it for some time, and as the time goes, as the days pass, every day it tastes better than the other. So it's usually tastier on the very next day, and then it follows the days after. It can be made a week in advance and kept and served for the Christmas party. It can be eaten and relished with sanna, which is most famous. You can have it with appam, you can have it with pao or bread. You can have it with plain rice. It's so tasty. My daughter-in-law Rahi, she has not tasted it. She doesn't know what it is. So I said, you taste it this time. And this particular one is not very pungent. So if you want, you can add in more chilies and more peppercorns and grind it. But at this particular recipe, I'm not adding many chilies. So you can do it if you like it, because this portion I'm making it is for people who don't have real hot chilies. And sorpotel is not very hot, but it's nice and so flavorful. Yeah. So now I'm going to put the brown masala. So I'll just put some water, and I'll be putting that too. It's the water which I soaked the red chilies. It's around 1 cup. So I'm going to put another teaspoon of salt because I didn't put for the spices. You need to saute it for around 7 to 10 minutes until it's well cooked. Okay. I'm going to put this water which I've washed it from in the jar. So I'm going to close it and keep it under slow fire for around 5 minutes, and I'll be back. Let's open it. So here you can see the oil all oozing, it's coming up. This is a tamarind. I've put it in hot water so that I can take the pulp out. Little more to go. I'll just close it. Keep it for another 2 minutes or so. Open it. Ooh, yes. Tamarind pulp. Let's do that. So I'm going to put jaggery powder. So I'm just 1 tablespoon. So if you want, you can put it, but usually they put it for a little sweet flavor. You can also put sugar if you want, if you don't have the jaggery. And originally they put the palm jaggery in it. So now it's nice and done. And we're going to put in the pork. Okay, here is my chilies. I'll just put that in it. Just saute it along with the pork, which I'll be adding. And let's mix it all together so that the pork cube pieces get coated well. It's perfect. So good. So this is going to again cook. Remember, it's not fully cooked. I never have pork which is not fully cooked. And finally, you can even taste it whether it has got enough sourness, sweetness, and salt. And you can keep adding it. Okay, so it's well coated, and now we're going to just let it cook on slow fire for say 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, and it should be at medium heat. Have a look at it now and then keep stirring it. Don't forget to mix in between. So taste and see where you need more vinegar. You can put in more vinegar, or you can put salt if you need it, whatever. Okay, you'll see gradually how the oil oozes out from the fat of the pork, and it's going to be very tasty. You can make it out of chicken too, but it won't be that tasty like pork. And Sorpotel is mainly made with pork along with the fat. Okay, so I'm putting the remaining vinegar because I like it a little more sour. So the thing is, when you put vinegar, you can put, if you don't put it together, then you can put it later on as per your taste. So if you put it all together and if you think that it is too sour, then you can take it out, right? So just be careful and do it accordingly. Although I knew half of the cup would be sufficient, but if you want, you can put even more as per your taste. Okay, so here it is. I wanted a little more with the gravy, so I'm going to put 1 cup of water. So here it's boiled cool water what I'm putting. So it's going to again cook for another 10 minutes. Doesn't it look so good? So you see how great it looks. So you need a little gravy along with this particular dish because you need to have it with either sanna or appam or pav or bread or with rice, plain rice. So that's the reason you can put in the amount of water if it's not sufficient. Boil cool water while you're cooking and make it as per the gravy you want. Okay. I'm going to close it and cook it for another 10 minutes under medium low heat. Okay. So here you see it's bubbling with joy. It has got a wonderful color and it's getting ready, almost there. Let's open it. You see how the oil is all floating and it's all set. Now it's all done and I'm going to just put it in containers and we are done with Sorpotel. Isn't it so easy? Okay, I'm going to take out these bay leaves. We don't need it. So at last it is over. My Sorpotel is all ready and here it is. So I'll show you the amount I have made with the 2 kilos of pork. So here it is. I've got these bottles which I have filled in kit. So the amount will differ depending on the gravy you put. If you have more gravy by adding water and vinegar, according to each one's taste, the amount will be more. But this is all what I got from my 2 kilos. So it's so very tasty, lovely color, and you can give it away during Christmas along with sanna or appam. And it's a very nice way of giving away to people who have non-veg and who have pork. Thank you very much for viewing my recipes, and do spread it around and let people get an opportunity to view my channel.